So, welcome to the seventh live session of designing Pytest automation framework from the scratch. So far we have completed like sixth session, and we did lot of things like fixes, contest.py, pages, and other thing. Yesterday we integrated loader. We also see how load was been captured. So today, moving ahead, we will see how screenshots is integrated, how screenshot is being captured in the PyTest, and then we will also move our data from normal test understood data. Sorry, yeah, test understood data.py to CSV file, and we will try to fetch the data from the CSV. Apart from that, we are also going to integrate some plugins in our framework. Today we will install Faker. In the future, we will install Selenium, and we will see how we can use the features of these plugins in our framework. So once again, thanks everyone whoever join us. No. So I will now share my VS Code, and let's start with the coding. So just a minute. Yeah. So this is my VS Code, and we can see the progress that we have made so far. Now, we have created pages folder where we create login underscore file.py. Then we created conf.py, pytest.ini, readme.md, requirement.txt. So these are the files we have created so far. Now, yesterday we run this, and let's run today once again. Now, as a part of standard automation process. So just a minute. Mhm. The same error that we were getting yesterday, we are not inside the automation framework. So cd automation framework. So we are just trying to verify that in the last one day there is no change in any X path or in website, and website is working fine. So our existing code is working fine. So we will go ahead and create a screenshot file to capture the screenshot. Now it depends on us whether we want to capture the screenshot of past test or fail test, or whichever test we want, we can just describe it. Since screenshot.py is also a file that is going to be used throughout the framework, so we will again create it utils folder. Now, so just let me write the this was our utils folder. Inside that we created loader.py, and utils.py, sorry, utils folder usually create the files that have been used throughout the framework. So we will just create a file name as it was loader. We will just name it as screenshots.py. Yeah. So now, before we start writing the code, so let's talk about the problem that almost every automation tester faces. So suppose imagine we run our test case in at any time as a part of schedule execution, and the report tell us that the execution had failed. Now our log tells us that Selenium was unable to click on the button. But when we open the report the next morning, one question that we can um, that comes to our mind is that what did the application usually look like when the test was failed? Okay. So was there any pop-up? Was the page still loading? Or was there any cache modal or whatever? No. So did any unexpected error message appear, or was the button simply visible? So log can only describe what happens, but when it comes to screenshot gives us the visual evidence of the application exactly at that moment. We capture it when the test failed. So today we are going to build our screenshot.py code so that it capture the failed test cases. Now, later we will make it more process automated using the hooks. We will also discuss hooks tomorrow and Pytest parameterization. But for today we are just going to create screenshot.py now to see how screenshots are being captured manually. So here I've already created screenshot.py, and the code for loader screenshots are generic. Uh, the main logic is where do we create this file and what purpose these files are serving. So in interview or in other places, we don't no one asked us to write the whole loader.py or screenshot.py code. Now they asked us only the folder structure, that how the folder is being maintained while creating the automation. So we have created loader. Now let's start with the screenshots.py. So just like yesterday, we will create import os, because we are going to check if the screenshots folder is existing in our framework or not. If it is not, then it will create it. Then we will import our date and time, so that our screenshot is created with timestamp. Now, so from date and time, import date time, and then we will define our screenshot module to capture the screenshot. So here let's write def let's write something generic name, def screenshot. We are going to import driver from a test Now first we are going to see if the screenshots folder exists or not. So we are as we checked in the loader.py, we are going to use the same code here, that if not os here we will change the folder name to screenshot. So it is going to check if screenshots exist or not. If it does not exist, then just create one. Uh, Timestamp is equal to, we are going to just write the code, and we will see in detail what each line of code is doing in this folder, sorry, file. So here we are defining the timestamp format of the screenshot. Uh, Now here it defines the file name. File name will be the test underscore name that we are capturing, then stamp dot png. And stamp. Yeah. So now it is good. Restore path. So let's run once, and then we will see what this line of codes are doing. This lines of code. So then we don't have to memorize this whole loader.py, strings.py code. We just have to understand the logic, that what these files are doing, where these have been created, how these have been fetched, uh, what are other options for creating them. Like today we are just creating simple. Tomorrow, as we will see Pytest parameterization, and which we will make it more advanced. So we have now written the code, and let's see if it is captured here. So let's first run and see what's happening. Seems like the website is bit slow. Okay, and it is. No screenshot was captured. Let me intentionally fail any test. Now here there are two things to notice. First, our login was not successful. Still, our test case is been marked as pass. And the second, our screenshot is not captured. So for the login part, that even though we were unable to log in, but still our test case is being shown as pass. The reason is that if we go to pages and see the logic of our login underscore file.py, here we are just trying up to clicking on the login button and we are not checking whether the login is successful or not. No. So that's why the test case is passed. So before we see the screenshot error that why screenshot is not being captured, let's first add an assertion to ensure that if the login is failed, then it shows error. So let's assert drive just driver dot um, let's go to edge. Just a minute. Loading. Let me find the URL of the login, and then we can implement the assertion that if the login is not successful, then it throws error. So after login, the user is redirected to dashboard page on the website that we are automating right now, and the URL of the login page is this. So just a minute. Let's go to login file and implement the assertion azure dot current. um, we are implementing assertion using the URL that it should match the login page URL. So login page URL is this. So now once again let's run, and this time our test case should fail. So now our both test case is failed, and we can see the error that it is failed due to assertion error, because now we have put the assertion, and here we are sending wrong data. So if we send like admin 123, the test case is pass. Now even though the test case is failed, still the screenshot is not captured, and the reason is because even we have created our screenshot module here, but we are not calling it anywhere. So let's call it in the test login file, so that when the test case is failed, it capture it. No. So I will first import it from uh, utils dot screenshots import, just a minute. Shots. Then again we are just driver now. Let's run and see if the screenshots have been captured or not. So it seems like the website is too slow and it is still opening. Uh, no, this is taking forever. Let me close the browser. So is that seems like there was some so still our screenshot is not been captured. Let me check. We are just calling driver to capture screenshot driver. The code looks good. Let me check one second what we are missing here. So class login page. It is not captured. Let me try once again. No. Mhm.